Hey guys, how's it going? This is Lou from Adrift in Tokyo, and I'm back. It is, what day is today? It is Sunday, I think, in Japan, and I wasn't able to get in front of the camera yesterday, and if you're probably following along, I haven't uploaded any videos yet, so I've gotten behind the 8 ball, but for good reason, because things have been completely insane here. Have I got some updates for you guys? It's just a whirlwind, one whirlwind after another, and it's just insane. So I have no idea where to begin. I haven't written down any notes. I'm just gonna I'm gonna freeform this and talk through some of the things I've had to do. So I think, let's see, I literally have no concept of time right now because after I got off the plane, it's just been a freaking sprint. And so let me see where I want to begin. So I landed on Thursday, and what was it? Landed on Thursday, and I hit the ground running on Friday. Today is Sunday. I gotta really focus here. And yeah, so yesterday was pretty much this crazy, all-out tour de force, kind of getting together. Yesterday, I got up, I went over to Ginza. Ginza is like the Fifth Avenue part of Japan. Think high-end stores, think expensive luxury living, and lots of people wearing Louis Vuitton bags. So I go to Ginza because I do some research online, and the two major subscribers, mobile subscribers, or providers I should say, in Japan are SoftBank, which has got this cute white dog who wears a hat and speaks English. Oh no, he speaks Japanese and English. And this Docomo provider. I think those are the two most popular, but who am I? I'm just a gaijin. So those two are in Ginza right next to each other. And I go online and they're like, yeah, we have English speaking staff, which is basically a beacon of hope for me. And so I go out there and I'm like, okay, I'll go to this place. I'll get there by 10 a.m. when they open. Do the contract, and I'll meet the guy who this rental agency is going to help me find an apartment. I've got an appointment with him at 2, so I'll have plenty of time. I'm going to go over to Ginza, do the SoftBank stuff, do the Docomo stuff, and then get on over to Nakano, which is one of the stations on western side of Tokyo that I want to go see. And I'll have plenty of time, and I'll be able to go out there and look for an apartment, look around the area, scope it out, get a feel for it. And that's where everything kind of falls apart. And so I get out to Ginza a little bit later than I normally should, by about 10:30, and there's a little bit of a line, but nothing too much. And so I get my ticket, and I sit down finally with someone by like 10:45, 11 or so, and that's when things start slowing down. She's got to explain to me, the different types of phones, because I want to get a smartphone, because it's important for me for like updated alerts and different types of, how would you say, I want navigation and whatnot, so I got to get through all that stuff. So I explained to her that I'm here for 1 year and I'm going to be a student, blah blah blah, so this is the phone I want to be able to talk to people in Japan. I don't need to talk to people in the US because I've got all the Skype stuff set up, and so data is important. I want to be able to use data, and if I can, I want a USB hotspot so I can connect with my computer. Okay, so we go upstairs, not in that sense, and we write out the contract. And so it's insane how much detail has to go in for opening a mobile contract. There's this contract, there's this document I have to fill out, who am I staying with, what school am I attending to, what, do I earn a salary, do I not earn a salary, do I have a scholarship, do I not have a scholarship, show your gaijin card, show your proof of address, show your proof of attending the school. And so it's like all these little things I got to go through, and by the time I get my phone, it's probably 12 o'clock by this point, so a good hour has gone by, and I just have got the phone in my hands. I haven't paid for anything yet, and so it's at this point that I have to start learning how to use it. So I switch on over to English, but still a lot of stuff is in Japanese, and so I'm working through it. it's not so bad. How do I set up the hotspot? How do I change, everything? So what I decided to go with was it's an Android phone, because I've got an iPhone at home. And it's one of these Aquos, or Aquos. I don't know how, see if I can get that to focus. I don't know how the Japanese, I don't know if you could see that. I don't know how the Japanese pronounce it, but it's a Android Aquos phone, and it's really good. This is my cute little dongly thing. My wife's gonna laugh at me for this, but it's if you're Japanese, you know what this is, and if not, you'll soon understand what it is. But in any case, I'm a big nerd, so I've got no idea what this phone is doing. The guide is not completed yet for English, and so if I go into this and I talk, like if I show you what's going on my phone right now, hopefully that'll focus. So if you see in the top left hand corner, I've got all these icons up there, and a few of them I understand what's going on. So there's the F for Facebook and the little Twitter bird, and then the rest, oh, and the Skype bubble. The rest, I've got no clue what's going on. There's a leaf with an exclamation point, which you got me. There's a dog holding some sort of sign, which hits the SoftBank dog, so I can understand why he's doing that. I gotta touch this again. And there's all this other stuff. A shopping bag. I haven't purchased anything. And what's this other thing over here? Another briefcase. And then my email. So I've got no idea what's going on that. And there's a little like lifeline thing there. So the dog is trying to tell me something. I have no idea. But anyway, the phone's awesome. It got me to where I wanted to go today. It got me where I wanted to go yesterday by using the navigation. So Google Maps, and if you're coming to Japan, this stuff is awesome. Smartphone cost about Niman N, which is $200 US. So it's a little expensive, but if you want to get a smartphone in Japan, this plan, unlimited data, basic calling, and up to 7 gigabytes on a hotspot, or they call it tethering, or some people call it a USB dongle, is $60 per month, which in my opinion is great, because I am not going to be calling that many people in Japan for long periods of time. People are going to be calling me, and if I want to call anybody over in US, I'm going to use Skype on here. I got all my Skype numbers set up, so if I'm going to use the data, I'm going to use the Skype. And so basically, $60 a month, it's not going to break the bank. So pretty good phone. I have no idea what it's doing. It's beeping constantly. I don't know if that means there's an earthquake or if I'm late on my bill. You got me. So anyway, not much time we have left. So I'm gonna check my time. I may have to split this up into 2 sessions, but. So after that, I make my way over to Nakano, and by this time it is, I get the phone, I pay for the phone, I figure out how it works. It's about 1 p.m. when I leave, and Ginza is on the eastern side of Tokyo, in a nice area, but I gotta make my way all the way over to Nakano. By the time I get to Nakano, it's about 1:40. I have my meeting at 2. I haven't eaten lunch at this point. So I'd find the nearest kaiten sushi place, or conveyor belt sushi, and I, throw down 6 pieces of tuna and like whatever, and I get my lunch and I meet this guy outside of Nakano Station. And this is where the second big thing hits me. So I must have done hours and hours of work online on all these real estate websites, Gaijin Pot, and you name it. And I was cataloging, researching, whittling down all these properties that I was interested in, and emailing these agents saying, here's what I want to see, here's what the properties I'm interested in. And lo and behold, none of that matters at all. The reason is that database is basically one big advertisement for all of these agents to get their name out there to show Gaijin what properties are potentially available, and to give them a feel for the different agents and what to expect in terms of price range. So translation, all that work I did was good, but not really helpful. What I have to do is sit down with this guy and take a look at his own universal database. Universal being the operative word because this database is open to all the agents. So basically, each agent is the same. They're all tapping into the same Japanese management database. Now, you can argue customer service, or maybe they don't take a commission and they give it back to the customer. Those are big differences, but they're all searching the same database. So here I am trying to set up an appointment with each of these people, saying, all right, they probably have their own database, but I couldn't find any resources saying that. So if you're watching and you're looking for an apartment, you try to get the way. If I would do this over, I would get a feel. I would want to talk to each of the realtors or the agents and get a feel for which one is most compatible with my personality, and then say, all right, I'm going to spend 5 days with you. We're gonna research apartments. We're going to go through them together, and we're gonna keep on whittling down the list until I find the one I want. So that's my spiel on the process. It's one big cluster F, and it wasn't very helpful for me to go through those properties because every single property I looked at was either taken or not updated, so none of them were available. I had to go through their own database and find new ones. Anyway, got a couple more minutes on this tape and then I'll move on to the next one. So actually, I'm going to cut it short here. I'm going to talk about the way you go through the properties and what's available to you if you're coming to Japan, and the different tiers of complexity on even getting an application in there. So stay tuned. I'm going to come back in part 2. Alright, see you soon.